Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dr. Quack Show. This is actually a special request. This was from a good friend of mine, Dan. He wants me to cover the NFL draft, and I decided I've been covering this now. I've been watching the last few weeks, just deciding. And of course, from last season, I've got my views as far as college goes. But to the first round here, number one pick. And this is where it's going to get interesting. A lot of people think that the Browns are going to try to trade out, that they're going to, not have this pick, that they might trade down. They've already got 12. They might try to get more picks. I think they take this. I really think they're going to go Myles Garrett. I can see that defensive end out of Texas A&M. Very great pass rusher there. I think he can be a cornerstone for a defense. I really think that this guy could be the real deal. And in this draft here is so defensive heavy. But I'm going to tell you, I got a few surprises on this. But that's my number one overall pick. I really think that guy is just going to be taken. Number two, I have Marshon Lattimore, excuse me. I can't read my own writing sometimes. But I have my notes here. Marshon Lattimore over here, cornerback from OSU. I see the Niners, again, another team that has a lot of holes. That are going to try to look probably the best available player. And another thing, on this draft here, first round, I don't think it's a safe bet, especially the first half. I'm doing 1 through 16 on this video. I don't think it's a safe bet to take a quarterback in that early. I just don't see it. I think it would be a dumb move. The couple quarterbacks are really worth it, but I don't see it because it's so defensive heavy right now. So Marshon Lattimore here over OSU, Ohio State. Definitely would take Bears should go. I'm sorry, Niners should take that. The Bears, number 3. That would be Solomon Thomas. I think defensive end out of Stanford. Like I said, these 3 right here. It just all depends on the variables. But I can see them going down as far as maybe not in that particular order, but I definitely see these being the first 3 taken off the board. Because like I said, heavy defensive driven. Solomon Thomas, great pass rusher himself. He's definitely going to be another cornerstone for a defense. And these teams here need cornerstones for defense. They don't need to draft a quarterback. Number 4, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now you talk about quarterbacks. Blake Bortles, great for fantasy football. About par for the regular league. Not really that great this year especially. But I think you can ride with him for one more year to see how he works. Number 4, I would take O.J. Howard. Defensive end. Tight end. Alabama. I would take him out there. The guy has a great set of hands. He can definitely block. I think this is a guy that, might be the one that could get you done there. Could be a great weapon for Blake. Could be a great deal. Number 5. I am going to take for the Tennessee Titans, Jamal Adams, safety. You look at it. You've got a quarterback over there that knows how to do the job. The offensive side, you're not overly worried about. Can they get better, of course? Yeah, but their defense, they gave up a lot. They need a good cover safety there, and Jamal Adams probably would fit that. From here on out, this is where I feel you're going to see trades. And this is from 6 to 10, and really, it falls on the Jets. Right now, I don't believe the Jets are going to have their pick at number 6. I just don't feel it. But just saying if they do, I'll say that right now. If they do, they're probably going to take Leonard Fournette. You're going to take the good running back there from LSU. You're going to need somebody to set up play action. You're going to need somebody to help out, whether it be Bryce Petty or whoever else starts here. You're going to need somebody there to help out. Get them from getting clobbered every time. These 6 teams, do any of these teams really have a shot this year of making the playoffs? Not really. Maybe the Titans, they might improve. They might, surprise everybody and might improve and might make it up there to where they can make a wild card. But their division's so weak anyways, they could win the division. Between the Texans, who aren't that great. Yeah, I know they won the division. They made it to the second round of playoffs. But they're not that good, as people have shown. That whole division is kind of garbage. So, we'll say they didn't trade there. But I do feel this, and I'll explain after I'm done. Malik Hooker for the Chargers. I see that. OSU need another safety there. I mean, they lost their former safety to the Ravens. Yeah, they need some help in coverage. I mean, Phillip Rivers is still a good quarterback, still one of the better ones in the league. All right, let's move on down. The Panthers now. This is something where I feel like they're going to need this. I mean, Cam Newton's not a horrible quarterback. He's good enough. I think he can lead his team. And I think they should go defense on this, too, on the first round. They can pick up running backs, in my opinion. You shouldn't really draft in the first round too often. But there's an occasional one, just like wide receivers. There's like those Julio Jones out there and such that can really, spark your team. But there ain't too many of them. But Jonathan Allen, defensive end, Alabama. I do feel that's another guy. I mean, he fits well into their system over there. I really think that he is going to be an excellent pass rusher. And in that division, you're going to need against guys like Matt Ryan and others. But let's see here. Yeah, number 9 here, Cincinnati. Yeah, I'm reading my list a little bit because this is a lot to remember. Yeah, Derek Burnett, defensive end, Tennessee. That like I said, this is a whole defensive, driven league. This is really where it's starting to count because what's it all about? The quarterbacks are putting up 40, 50 points. You got to find a way to slow them down. I mean, we can go down the list of quarterbacks who are great in this league right now, and there's a good bit. There's a good 10 to 12 of them right now that can put up 30, 40, 50 points. So, here we go. Number 10. This is where, I think things get interesting. I'm going to say, like I said, somewhere between 6 and 10. I feel like the team that's going to make the trade, and they're at number 11, and that would be the New Orleans Saints, right? If for some reason they don't do this, and this guy is still on the board at 10, I really feel Mike Williams is going to go to Buffalo. I mean, this guy, like I said, Julio Jones right there. This guy has speed. This guy has great hands. This guy is not afraid to take a hit. This guy, I think, is going to be one of the better draft picks in the whole entire draft. I mean, I can see the Saints doing it, one, because they've got the 32nd pick and the 11th pick and could trade up for that. And, they got rid of Brandon Cooks. They need a speedy receiver. They gave him up to the Patriots. But I could definitely see that happening. But number 11, let's just say Mike Williams is off the board. Buffalo takes him. Okay? I mean, they could go for the second guy here from Western Michigan, Corey Davis. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of tape on this guy. The guy's not bad. I don't really feel that this guy is worth this pick. I'm watching all the analysts on this thing. I've watched ESPN. I've watched NFL Network. I've listened on the radio, and I've listened, about this. So, if they don't get Mike Williams, that's probably their second best right there. That's probably where they're going to go. They have a lot of weapons offensively, but they need more. They really do. Number 12, we're back at the Browns, right? The Cleveland Browns. This guy has gotten in a lot of trouble, and it will not shock me if Cleveland takes him. It also won't shock me if Cleveland somehow moves back, because there's a lot of players in here that could fit, and somebody could want to move up. I mean, when you got the 1st and 12th pick, sometimes you want to spend them and move down in the draft. I really can see that happening, but we'll see what the GMs do. Just saying the Browns, keep their pick. We'll go with Reuben Foster from Alabama, linebacker. I can see that. I mean, the guy's had troubled issues, but in the same respect, the guy is a hell of a player, and that's why he's still on people's draft boards. If he wouldn't have gotten this trouble with being in there at the wrong place, the wrong time, easily would have been top 5, in my opinion. The guy has character issues, and of course, this day and age with football players and character issues, it'll drop you down, and you've got to really prove to the league that you're past that. It's really a shame for him. Number 13, the Arizona Cardinals. I think they'll take Tre'Davious White from LSU. Good cornerback. Really, I mean, he's probably number 2 in the draft as far as corners go. Excuse me. But I would say, number 2 in there. He's definitely going to be somebody to keep an eye out on. I think he can make a good impact. I mean, you still got Carson Palmer, who's Probably going to play another year or two. I can see that. He's not overly injured. And, he does have a decent backup in Skelton, but nothing phenomenal. So they don't really need to go that route. They still have weapons. Of course, David Johnson, one of the best running backs in the NFL at the time. Definitely last year. I think he'll prove it again this year. Let's see. The Eagles. We're going to take Christian McCaffrey, running back out of here. Stanford. And I can see that. I mean, the guy is fast. He's smaller, and that's generally the way the league's been going anymore, is smaller running backs that are speedy and catch out of the backfield. And that fits more what the Eagles do. That I really can see as a normal pick here. Number 15, Hassan Reddick, linebacker, Texas A&M for the Colts. I mean, it's the Colts. They definitely need defense. I mean, like I said, this whole first round is a lot of defense. And you notice that it's out of the Pac-10 and out of the SEC. You're seeing a lot of players. I mean, definitely, it'll probably be this area. And last but not least for this video, number 16, the Baltimore Ravens, I think, will select Dalvin Cook. I can see that. I mean, what is Baltimore really built on? They're built on the running game, and they're built on defense. Their defense isn't horrible. Yes, it has holes, but their running game, yeah, it was bottom 5 in the NFL. It was not that great. I think it was 28th. I can see them taking this guy. This guy's an elusive back. I think if you have him in the right system, he's going to work fine. I think the Ravens have that right system. This will actually be something to improve their offense. But there you go, 1 through 16. That's my videos on that. I'm going to be shooting my other half here later tonight. I've got some of my notes down. I want to actually confirm some things. But hope y'all enjoy this. I'm not a football expert, but this is just my views. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow night at 8, but get ready for my second video. It'll be coming up here in just a couple hours. All right, thank you.